Hey, what's up guys? It's Very Brizzy of Lucky Cat Beats, and today I'm actually going to be making a bouncy guitar beat. So, let's get to it. Alright guys, so we're actually going to just start working on the beat. I actually ended up grabbing this guitar, and I actually grabbed this guitar from Splice, but I'm going to show you all the sounds more towards the end of the video. But this is what the guitar sounds like. Alright, so that's what the guitar sounds like. I just mostly put halftime on it and a couple of other stuff. RC20, guitar stomp, and vitamin stereo. And I just mostly did this in the very beginning to make it sound like a sample. So I made sure I turned the sample into mono, and then with the guitar stomp, I just added a wah, a chorus, pitcher, and a reverb. But let me play the sound without any of the effects so you guys can hear what it sounds like. And again, I added all that stuff. With the guitar stomp, it's mostly just the pitcher that gives it that like lower octave sound. So I just pitched it down so that it sounds lower, and I liked how that sounds on the guitar. And also, when you're picking out your guitar, make sure that it's a realistic sound, and also that it's like not repetitive. That's kind of what adds to the bounciness of the beat. Just that it's very fun, you know, and pretty casual. But anyways, after that, I go into this reverse vocal right here, and then that goes into the rest of the song. And then instead of having the drowned out first part for the acoustic guitar, I make sure that it's a little bit brighter. Just that it sounds like more like in the higher frequencies, it's more appealing to the ear. And then besides this one, I added a meta flanger and then the J37. But what I use with the J37, I just mostly mess with the wow and the flutter so that like the guitar sounded a little like not distorted, but like not as clean as it did when I first got it. And that just adds a little bit of like just extra texture to the song. But besides that, that's all I really did in terms of the loop. I just got the loop from Splice, and then I manipulated the loop as much as I could. And then for the chorus, I just mixed both of those guitars. So I mixed the low end guitar, so the one that was kind of like sounded like filtered, and then I mixed it with the clean guitar. But that's pretty simple. That's all I really did just for like the sample part of the song. And then for the 808s, I used this one right here in Sublab, and it's called Narcos. And I just lowered it a little bit, but let me play it for you guys so you guys can hear it. And I had actually originally done the kick first. And the main reason I did the kick first is because sometimes I have an issue like making the kick the same as a 808. So when I make the kick first, it's easier just for me to make like the pattern of the kick more bouncy or the pattern of the 808 more bouncy, and like to make sure that I separate them so that they don't sound exactly the same. Because otherwise that kind of makes the sound or the song pretty repetitive. But let me play the kick for you guys. And as you guys can tell, the 808 and the kick are a little bit different, and you want to keep them a little bit different. That way that just it's a little bit more bouncy, the song at least. And that's kind of like the most important part for me, is making sure that the 808 and the kick aren't exactly the same. That way it adds a little bit more to the song. For the hi-hat is pretty straightforward. There wasn't nothing too crazy about this hi-hat. For the cymbal, it was on every other like 8th note, and I just added that. I thought it would add a little bit more to the song. And then besides that, I use this snare right here. So I use 2 rim shots, a high pitch one for the main one and a low pitch one for like the offbeat or whatever you want to call it. Other than that, man, that's all I really did for this beat. This beat was really simple. What I did do to try to make it sound a little bit different is I took out the 808 for certain. I took out the kick for certain parts of the song, so that way it would make the song a little bit more dramatic. So let me play the verse for you guys. So as you guys heard, the 808 and the kick were a little bit like in harmony, but also the kick kicked in certain parts but the 808 didn't, and you want to do that to kind of keep the beat a little bit more like a little bit more bouncy. Like there's this just like rhythm between the 808 and the kick going back and forth. And then for the chorus, I took out the kick for most of the song until the very end. And as you guys can tell, I use the reverse vocal as a transition most of the time. But other than that, again, I didn't really do that much crazy stuff to the drums. The sample I got from Splice. And then the next part of just the tutorial is I'm going to show you guys the sounds that I got. Because I really do think one of the most important parts for making beats is just the sounds themselves. So let me go find that for you guys on Splice and just give me a moment. Alright guys, so the guitar that I actually got is called Cicadas Acoustic Serenades. And it's this 80 BPM acoustic nylon guitar stack wine country D sharp minor. Let me play it for you guys. I just really like how that sounded. When I first heard it, I was like, man, I have to use this for sure. And then the reverse vocal is called Kendall Schmidt Vocal Pack, and it's right here. And of course you add some reverb and an H delay to it, and it should work fine. And then of course the 808 I already showed you guys earlier, but it's called Narcos, and it's on Sublab, so go make sure that you check that one out. And for the kick took me a little bit to find, but it's called Decap Swift Clip Punchy. And I just like this kick mostly because the frequencies between that one and the 808 are a little bit different, so when you put them together they won't clash that much. So make sure that you grab this kick. And then for the place hi-hat that I use is called Desperado, one shot right here. And then the hi-hat that I use is called this one right here, Rodeo by Place, once again. Right, and then the 2 different rim shots that I use by Place, it's Harpies. That was a high pitch one, and then the low pitch one's with the potish, however you pronounce it. But other than that, that's really it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm Ray Brizzy of Lucky Cat Beats, helping you get to your next lucky breakthrough moment in music. Take care, guys. Peace.